being around people of different backgrounds. Our world is getting increasingly diverse. You need to understand how to operate with people from different backgrounds.
When do we want it? Now! What do we want? Justice! When do we want it? Now!
If there's one thing that's been defined over the past year, it's the power of youth activism. And young people here in Montgomery County are raising their voices and proving there's no limit for social change.
Good to see everybody.
Avery Smedley is a senior at Albert Einstein High School. She started Students Towards Equitable Public Schools, or STEPS, the mission of this student-led group to bring equity to Montgomery County Public Schools.
I feel like there's a lot of impetus for curriculum changes right now, and really just have to seize this moment, because there's a lot of opportunity to do a lot of things around racial equity. We have such a culture of student advocacy, but the only thing is we're not really seeing so many stakeholders in that advocacy. So we were thinking with STEPS, we really wanted to, get more students from the Down County Consortium, where I'm from. I go to Einstein, and then students from NEC to really show them your voice matters and give them a space in advocacy.
The group started a year ago and coalesced around the recent MCPS boundary study, where there were strong opinions on how to redraw school boundaries. The members of STEPS met with school officials and lawmakers to advocate for change they wanted to be considered during the decision-making process.
Well, definitely looking at policy. The fact of the matter is our schools are segregated.
Really discouraging to go to another school for an athletic event or something and to see how much nicer that they have it.
It just doesn't make any sense. We are in the same county. Funding is the same, but looking at PTAs, who has more monetary power, more political clout. We're seeing very different experiences for students just depending on their zip code and the color of their skin.
Hi, my name is Avery Smedley.
Avery grew up in Montgomery County and first attended an all-white elementary school where she realized pretty quickly she didn't look like the other kids.
It was really isolating for me being an elementary schooler in an all-white elementary school. You realize pretty quickly, hey, you do not look like the other kids, you are a person of color. We talked about when I was in first grade, this girl said to me, Avery, if you get any darker, I can't play with you. And I was horrified to go outside. One day my mom, we lived right up the street, she was like, Avery, it's a really nice day, let's stay out on the playground. And I just burst into tears, because I was horrified to get darker.
There's a different energy this time. This is the beginning of the end. This is the beginning of the end. But we've got to educate ourselves. We've got to educate our children.
Just beyond that, segregation hurts white students as well. It hurts everybody. Being around people of different backgrounds, we've seen that it helps with your cognitive abilities, your leadership skills, and our world is getting increasingly diverse, especially Montgomery County, but the United States, you can't be in a segregated place. You need to understand how to operate with people from different backgrounds. And also it's just really enriching, really interesting to be in an integrated environment.
This year, the group worked to get policy adopted designed to improve distance learning. And following the killings of George Floyd and Breonna Taylor, the STEPS group decided it was time to have a voice in racial and social justice in our schools to underscore the need for better support for students.
We do definitely need more mental health supports. Montgomery County has one of the worst ratios of students to psychologists and counselors. I think at my school, we might even have half a psychologist, not even one. Lots of schools have half because our resources are very stretched. And if you look at the root causes of so many issues, when you have police officers, that is dealing with the problem once it's already happened, once it's already occurred, giving somebody an arrest record. But if you look at a child who brings a gun to school, that's clearly something going on, a mental health issue.
Avery Smedley is headed to Duke University in the fall to study public policy, specifically housing and education.
Ending housing and school segregation would mitigate racism, the opportunity gap, the healthcare gap. I had to use this knowledge to create change.
2 areas that she says are key in integrating our communities and making our nation equitable.
I've always cared about these issues, but I never really thought that I could make a difference. So to be able to do this in such a short time, and I really feel as I'm going to college, I'm leaving with me a sustainable movement, and I hope that more students who look like me and students in general will feel their voices matter.
We have the opportunity to undo de facto segregation in Montgomery County and actually make our schools a reflection of our diverse district. We have the opportunity to stop little children from hating each other and themselves.